Hello. So glad you're here today. For our class this morning, we'll need possibly a pillow and a scarf. And we'll get started in child's pose. So let the knees be wide and the big toes touch. Let the hips sink towards the heels, arms reach out, and the head rests down on the ground. We're just starting to take a few breaths here, really allowing ourselves to kind of dive in. This pose, it's nice because it's very introspective. So it really allows you to start to turn the gaze inward a little bit. And for those of you just joining, we're getting started in child's pose this morning. Thank you for coming. So from here, you can take a little rock with the forehead side to side, kind of massaging it out. You might soften the eyes closed, so allowing the gaze to move more inward, allowing yourself to just notice what you're feeling today, physically, mentally, without any judgment. Take in some really deep breaths and feel the back ribs expand here. And as you take in some deep breaths, you might feel the mind kind of anchoring more into the present moment. So you can just take a break from that chit-chat that's happening on a constant basis right now for most of us. I'm reading this book right now called The Anatomy of Spirit by Caroline Myss, and there's a beautiful line in here. She says, "Life is painful at times, and spiritually we're meant to face the pain that life presents. Spiritual teachings encourage us to grow past and through painful experiences, each of which is a spiritual lesson. Developing intuitive ability will help us learn the lessons inherent in our experiences." So I love this reminder that, we have this connection to our intuition, and it's, I think, an important time, especially as the world's changing so rapidly, to really listen to your gut. And it's through this stillness that we experience in the yoga practice and meditation that we can start to really develop a stronger connection to that. And so today, as we flow on the mat, I invite you to really guide your own intuition in. This time that we're spending, self-isolating and being alone and not having all the distractions we usually have, it's a really good time to strengthen that connection to self. And so maybe that's your intention today, something along those lines, or maybe there's someone or something that could use a little extra energy sent their way. Go ahead and draw your intention onto the mat now. And once it's clear in your mind, go ahead and flip the palms up to the sky. So it's as if you're offering it up, but also you're opening up, ready to receive all the gifts of the practice now that you've done the hard work of showing up. And we'll take 3 clearing breaths here. So inhale deeply through the nose, open mouth, let it go. Another big breath in. Exhale, release. Another one, biggest breath yet today. Keep breathing in, expanding the ribs as much as you can. And open mouth, let it go. And go ahead and flip the palms back over and walk your hands over to the left side of the mat. Let your head rest back down on the ground. Draw the right hip back towards the right heel. So you're getting a nice stretch in the right side body. You might even take your right fingers around the left wrist or your right hand on top of your left. So breathe there, stretching out the ribs here, creating more space for your breath. These deep breaths help to biologically relax the body, since we are consuming so much fear and anxiety through news and other sources. This is a good place to allow the body to relax, to draw some more balance to our physical well-being. Then gently guide yourself back to center. I'll take it to the other side. Hands walk to the right. Left hip reaches back. Head rests down. So it's easy when we're filled with the stresses of what's going on for our body to be in that fight or flight mode. And that also lends, if we stay in that mode without taking some deep breaths, without relaxing some, without taking a break, then that lends to illness, actually. So we want to take some breaks throughout this. We want to take some nice deep breaths and allow ourselves to relax, allow the parasympathetic nervous system to kick in. And then we gently come back to center, coming to all fours now. Wrists beneath the shoulders, knees beneath the hips. You know the drill. Nice tabletop position. Find an even distribution of your weight here in all four limbs. And then we take our little cat-cow rolls. Inhale, head and tail lift, belly sinks. Chest pulls forward. Exhale, rounding the spine, tucking the chin in, pressing the mat away. And begin to roll with your breath. Inhaling for cow, exhaling for cat. Feel free to guide your own intuitive movement into this. So maybe that's jump roping the torso or figure eighting the hips. Maybe that's turning side to side here. So we're just kind of listening to where the body wants to move. We might move into a space that feels like, oh yeah, I need a stretch right there. Taking the next 10 breaths or so to find whatever kind of movement feels good to warm the spine up. And then after those 10 breaths, we'll come back to a neutral spine. Let's draw the knees together here. Tuck the toes under. So my knees are glued together, my big toes are touching, and then I'm going to walk the hands back so that my hips sit on my heels. You can reach back and grab the pinky toe, placing it on the ground. So this is called intense toe stretch, so it can be pretty intense sometimes, and if you feel at any point you need a break, you can just lift the hips. Reach the arms out, and bring the right arm under the left, eagle arms here, so you can have your elbows in line, just hugging your shoulders, or backs of the hands or palms meet. And then lift the shoulders up, or lift the elbows up, and take some circles in one direction. 3 circles in one direction, and then reverse the circles, taking 3 in the other. And then inhale, lift the elbows. Exhale, bring the arms to the right and gaze over your left shoulder. Come back to center, unwrap the arms. Remember, you can always come up off of the heels if you need to. Left arm under the right. Finding your eagle arms here. Lift the elbows first, and then some circles in one direction. And the other. And lift the elbows on your inhale. Exhale, arms to the left, gaze to the right. Breathing in, softening where you can. Nice. And then gently unwind. Plant the hands down, untucking the toes. Massage the tops of the feet into the mat. Draw the knees together, toes together. This time the feet are going to stay tops of the feet on the ground, toes are untucked, hips sink back and in with the knees. So we're getting a stretch along the front side of the feet. You'll stay here, you can float your hands to your thighs. A few deep breaths. And then gently lower the knees. Keeping the knees together, drop the torso onto the thighs for rabbit pose, hands by the feet. And release the hands behind your back. Press the hands towards the sky and then start to roll into the crown of the head. Nice little shoulder and neck stretch. And then gently lower the hips back down. Draw the torso up, keep the arms interlaced behind you, lift the hips up, and press the hands towards the heels, opening the chest. Maybe, if it feels okay on the neck and the back, your head starts to tilt back. Inhale is going to guide you up. Reach the arms up. As you exhale, bring the right hand down by the right foot, left arm up and over. And then inhale, swing it around to the other side. So this is like a dancing camel pose modification without going so deep into camel, going from one side to the other, inhaling, lifting the hips, exhaling, come back and come back around. Next time the left hand comes down, we'll finish coming back to all fours. Tuck the toes, lift the hips. So instead of going right into downward facing dog, we're going to stay here kind of, I don't know, a kid yoga class called this bear crawl. We're going to just start to walk the feet a little bit here, drawing the belly in. And then let the feet come all the way up to meet the hands. Finding ragdoll pose, feet or hips with distance. Grab opposite elbows, bend the knees here. Let the torso hang on the thighs. Let the head hang. Turn like the torso up, the upper body, turn it side to side. Let the fingers come back towards the mat and tick-tock the feet together. Generous bend in the knees here as you slowly roll up the spine, stacking one vertebra on top of the other. Inhale, arms reach up, look up. Exhale, hands to heart. Really press your hands together and then press your thumbs into your chest. Close your eyes. Feel your heartbeat. Just find some gratitude for this gift of life you've been given today. It's a new day. And you get to take whatever approach you choose for your day-to-day. Coming back to that intention of just tuning in, listening to what your body needs throughout practice. Connecting to your intuition, and then we'll begin some sun salutations. Inhale, reach the arms up, look up. Exhale, soften the knees as you fold forward. Inhale, halfway lift. Hands come to shins, lengthen the spine. Exhale, plant the hands, feet step back. You can lower knees, chest, chin, or full chaturanga. Elbows bend back by the ribs. Inhale for cobra, shoulders move away from the ears. Exhale, downward facing dog. First down dog, so let's take a little intuitive movement. What do you need here? I like to pedal my feet out. I like to take my hips and heels to one side, so getting a stretch along the side body. That might feel good to you. You might want to lift one leg up, and then the other. You might reach back for the opposite heel with your hand, finding a little twist. So you have some freedom here to play around with the pose a little bit. Take a couple more breaths, find balance. If you do something on one side, do it on the other. And then on your next inhale, step or jump to the top of the mat, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, come all the way up. Exhale, hands to heart. We flow again, breathing in, reach up, look up. As you exhale, hinge from the hips, fold forward, tuck the chin in at the end of your exhale. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, plant the hands, take your vinyasa. Eyes of the elbows are facing forward, fingers are turned out slightly to 11 and 1 o'clock. We're really rooting through that L shape between the thumb and the forefinger. As we take our vinyasas, we want to keep those alignment cues in mind. Take a few deep breaths in down dog. Lift the hips high. Press the mat away with all 10 fingers. Breathe some space in the backs of the legs. And on your next inhale, step or jump to the front of the mat. Halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Feet together, heels slightly apart. Inhale, chair pose, Utkatasana. Exhale, bring the hands to heart center. Inhale, lengthen, lean forward. Exhale, twist to the right. Bring the left elbow outside the right knee. Draw the left hip back, left knee back. 3 big breaths. For 3, gaze up over the right shoulder. For 2, 1, inhale back to center. Reaching the arms up, grow long in the torso. Exhale, twist other side. You got this. Right elbow outside the left knee, hands prayer at heart center, 3 big breaths. For 3, keep drawing the right hip back, right knee back. For 2, gaze up over the left shoulder. And 1, inhale, Utkatasana. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, plant the hands, take your vinyasa. So fingers are turned out slightly so the eyes and the elbows face forward and elbows can bend straight back. Shoulders move away from the ears and your back bend. And we're pressing the mat away, down dog. Inhale, lift the right leg up to the sky, 3-legged dog. Exhale, plant the right foot between the hands. Spin the left foot down, inhale up, warrior 1. Square the hips and the shoulders to the front of the mat. Interlace the hands behind you. Inhale, press the hands down, pull the chest open, look up. Exhale, bow in. Right shoulder inside the right knee, or maybe the torso rests on the right thigh. If the shoulder's inside the knee, draw the crown of the head towards the ground. Eventually, one day it might touch if we get enough flexibility in the hip there. Keep drawing the right hip back in line with the right knee. Breathe. For 3. For 2. 1, lower the hands down, tucking the back toes, lifting the back heel, right foot meets the left in the 3-legged or full plank, chaturanga, cobra, up dog on your inhale, exhale, down dog. Inhale, left leg lifts, exhale, left foot plants between the hands. Inhale, up, warrior 1. Exhale, interlace your hands behind you, find your second favorite grip so the other thumb's on top. First some balance, press the hands down, chest opens, look up, inhale. Exhale, bowing into yourself. Let the mind come into the pose, into the breath. Where can you soften? Maybe it's the jaw, maybe you can let your head hang a little bit. Relaxing the neck. Deep, full breaths here. Draw the left hip in line with the left knee. For 3. For 2. And 1, plant the hands either side of the front foot, turn onto the ball of the back foot, step the left foot back, maybe it's a 3-legged chaturanga. Inhale, cobra, up dog, shoulders move away from the ears, chest pulls forward. Exhale, downward facing. Inhale. Exhale for 3. For 2. And 1. Inhale, right leg lifts. Exhale, right foot plants on the outside of the right hand for lizard pose. Taking your version of this pose. So wrists under the shoulders here, or maybe the hands come down to the elbows come down to the ground, or maybe you want to keep the back knee lifted or lower. Your choice. Finding your version of the pose. Feeling into what works for you. There might be some other movement you like to take here. Maybe you just want to be still. Where does your intuition take you? Where does your inner guidance lead you? And then we're all going to be back with our hands under our shoulders, back toes tucked and back knee lifted. We're going to spin to the middle of the mat all the way around so that our left knee bends, left toes turn out, right leg straight in Skandasana. Plant the left hand down, reach the right arm up. Left leg is bent, right leg is straight. We're facing the long edge of the mat. Good, and then bring the right hand down, spin the right foot down, and bend the left knee just so that the knee's over the ankle. So you have like a warrior two stance on the bottom half of your body. Walk the left heel so that it intersects the arch of the back foot. Left hand is going to plant inside the left foot, right arm is going to sweep up and over. For a version of extended side angle. Reach the right fingers towards the back of the mat, spin the left ribs towards the sky. Nice. I lengthen the right side body. And then we're going to start to get light in the left hand, gently guide ourselves up to warrior two. So front heel is still intersecting arch of the back foot. You can see your left big toe inside the left knee, arms active. Nice. Inhale, tilt you back, peaceful warrior. Exhale, another extended side angle, this time your version. Maybe left elbow stays on the knee this time. Maybe you want to go for a half bind or a full bind. Maybe you want to take a bird of paradise. Gaze up over the right shoulder, breathe. Nice, everyone. One more big breath. Inhale's going to tilt you up and back. Reaching around for the right or left thigh with the right hand. So I'm taking my right hand all the way around, reaching for the left thigh, straightening the left leg. So it's a reverse triangle with a bind, a half bind. Inhale here. As you exhale, it's triangle with that half bind. Reach the left arm parallel to the ground. Spin the left ribs towards the sky. Soften the left knee so it's not hyperextended. There's some softness there. Breathe. Gaze up over the right shoulder, one more breath. Lower the left hand to the shin of the ground, right arm reaches up, traditional Trikonasana triangle pose, breathing for 3, you got it. For 2, 1, right hand's gonna swivel down in front and then walk towards the middle of the mat. Parallel the feet, toes turn in slightly, toes are in one line, so adjust your stance if you need to. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, fold, Prasarita Padottanasana, wide-legged forward fold, drawing the crown of the head towards the ground. Your option with the hands here. What is your body like? Maybe the hands stay like that with the fingers facing forward. Maybe they turn back behind you and then walk through the legs. Maybe you grab opposite, or you grab ankles or piece fingers around the big toes. Wherever you are, can you relax the shoulders away from the ears? Can you tuck the chin in, gazing up at the belly button? Can you find your breath? And on your next inhale, come halfway up. Turn the right toes towards the front of the mat, spin back towards the front. And then hands plant on the hands plant either side of the front foot, lower the back knee. Coming into our half splits pose. So if you have full splits or somewhere a little bit further of a splits in your practice and you want to move into it, go for it. Just slide the right heel forward. It's not about sinking the right hips back, sinking the hips back, but sliding the right foot forward that we come a little bit deeper. Wherever you are, inhale, lengthen the spine. Exhale, fold chin towards the shin. And you can be in a half split, so you can be with the hips stacked over the left knee if that feels best for you today. Keep drawing the right toes back towards you, kick the right heel to the ground. Draw the chin closer to the shin. And then we're going to bend back into the front knee. Tucking the back toes, lift the back knee, plant the left hand underneath the left shoulder. Sweep the right arm up, twisting. You can always lower the back knee if you feel the need to. One more breath. Lower the right hand down. And step the back foot forward a few inches here. So we're coming into pyramid pose. Maybe about a couple of feet between the feet. And draw the right hip back. Legs are straight. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, fold. You can keep your hands right there. You can also turn your fingers back towards the back of the mat and start to walk your hands back. Another option is to interlace your fingers behind your left thigh, if that feels good and available to you. Draw the chin closer to the shin. You could also lift the right toes off the mat for a different variation. Couple more breaths. Then we will inhale and come halfway up. Bring the left hand to the outside of the right foot. So we're coming into a revolved triangle. Bring the right hand to the right hip and pull the right hip back here. So your hips stay square, your feet are on separate train tracks. Left hand plants outside the right foot, right arm sweeps up. Revolved triangle, breathe. If it's too much, you can always bring the left hand on the inside of the right foot. 2 more big breaths. And then we'll lower the right hand down, bend into the front knee, get light in the back foot, start to take a few little hops, and then bring the left foot all the way up for standing splits. Inhale, lengthen the spine. Exhale, fold chin towards the shin. Lift from the inner left thigh. You can grab the standing leg for an added challenge with one hand or even both. Left toes face the ground here, and we're not opening the left hip, we're turning that hip in. And from here, root into the hands. Inhale, lengthen the spine. As you exhale, bend both knees, bring the left knee behind the right, Kundalini squat. Inhale, lift it back up. Exhale, squat. This time we inhale, lengthen. Exhale, bring the left knee all the way to the outside of the right foot. Lower the sit bones down. So now we're prepped for a seated twist. Right foot plants on the outside of the left thigh. Left foot's next to the right hip. Inhale, lengthen the spine, reach the arms up. Exhale, twist. Bringing the left elbow outside the right knee. Gaze over the back shoulder. Every inhale, grow long, so imagine a string pulling the crown of the head up. Every exhale, twist a little further. And instead of forcing, can you soften in? Couple more breaths. Now we're going to gently unwind. We have a crazy transition here. So keep the feet where they are. I want you to be able to see me. Keep the feet where they are. Hands come to the left side. We're going to lift the hips, walk the hands all the way to the back, and then around to the front. So we're coming into the seated twist on the other side. And if that doesn't make sense to you, you can just switch sides. Left foot roots outside. There you got it. Nice job, y'all. Left foot roots outside the right thigh. Right foot by the left hip. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, twist. Right elbow outside the left knee. Gaze over the back shoulder. Find your breath. Every inhale, we're lengthening and growing really long. And that length in the spine allows us to twist a little deeper on our exhale. 2 more breaths. And then we'll gently unwind. Undo the legs here, bring the soles of the feet together, butterfly pose, Baddha Konasana. Open the feet up like a book, so bring the soles of the feet to face you. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, fold. Drawing the chest towards the feet. Press the elbows into the thighs to create more space in the hips. Soften where you can. Next inhale is going to guide you up. Take your right peace fingers around the right big toe and then lift the leg up. So it might stay bent, or maybe you can straighten the leg out. Nice. Breathe in here. Lower the foot. We'll take the other side. Left foot lifts, and maybe the leg is bent. That's okay. Maybe it straightens out. Breathe in here. Nice, and then we're going to do both feet. So let yourself balance on your sit bones as you lift both legs up. Maybe they're bent, that's okay. Chest lifts up, gaze up. Point the toes. For 3, 2, 1. Lower the feet down. Coming into Navasana now, boat pose. Lift the legs so knees, shins can be parallel to the ground. You can also bring your hands behind you for a little bit of less of a challenge. Hands can also come to the thighs. Wherever you are, lift the chest up, spine is long, feet above the knees if possible. For 3, for 2, 1. Keep the feet lifted, cross the ankles, press down, lift just a millimeter up. Nice. Yeah, that's really challenging. And then we'll find Navasana again. For 3, 2, 1. See if you can lift just a millimeter up. One more time. Navasana. Breathing here for 5. Chest lifts. 4, 3, 2. Lower halfway now. Breathing here for 5, 4, 3, 2. Lift up for 5. You got it. 4, 3, 2. Lower all the way down. And then draw the knees into the chest. Take a little rock side to side. And then we're going to rock along the length of the spine. Back and forth. Smoothing out the spine. Gain momentum. One of my favorite transitions. Coming into Utkatasana, chair pose, without touching the ground. So gain that momentum to rock yourself all the way to standing. See if you can keep your arms lifted, planting the feet, lift the hips. Nice. Good job. Inhale here. Exhale, fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Plant the hands, take your vinyasa. Meeting in downward facing dog. Take several breaths here. If you need to take a child's pose, that's a nice place to come as well. Catch your breath, reset wherever you are. 3 big breaths. All right. Next inhale, we'll lift the left leg to the sky. Exhale, lizard pose, bring the left foot outside the left hand. Hands are on the inside of the foot. Again, you can keep the back knee lifted or you can lower it. Feel free to bring your elbows to the ground. If you did so on the other side, maybe just mimicking whatever you did on the other side here. Any movement you want. What is your body craving? Take a few more breaths. And then we'll all meet with our wrists under our shoulders, our back, knees lifted. And we're going to spin around to Skandasana. So come to the long edge of the mat, bend the right knee, straightening the left leg. And the left hand down, or the right hand down, and sweep the left arm up. And then we'll lower the left hand down. We're gonna spin the left foot down and find that warrior two stance on the bottom. So adjust your stance to the front heel, intersects arch of the back foot. And then right hand under the right shoulder, left arm sweeps up and over for a version of extended side angle. Keep spinning the right ribs towards the sky, breathe. And we'll start to get light in the right hand, finding warrior two. Adjust your stance as needed. You can see the right big toe inside the right knee. Inhale, tilt you back, peaceful warrior. Exhale, another extended side angle, your version. Maybe you elbow to knee this time. Maybe you find a bind. Find your breath wherever you are. Remember that breath is that constant connection to the present moment. So keep coming back to it wherever you are. Breathing here for 3, for 2, 1. Inhale's going to tilt you up and back. We're straightening the front leg and bringing the left hand all the way around to grab the right thigh. Reach up and back, reverse triangle. Big breath in. As you exhale, right hand comes parallel to the ground, right arm parallel to the ground. Keeping that half bind, reaching for the left thigh, or the right thigh. Spin the right wrist towards the sky, gaze up over the left shoulder. Find some deep breaths into the rib cage. 3, 2, and 1. Lower the right hand to the shin or the ground. Left arm sweeps up, traditional triangle pose. Find your breath. A few more deep breaths here. Feel the legs maybe shaking a little, feel them strengthening. And then left hand's going to come down towards the front and spin you all the way to the middle of the mat again. Toes, walk your toes so that they're in alignment and then turn the toes in slightly. Inhale, lengthen halfway up. Exhale, fold. And again, if you want, do whatever you want with your hands. If you want an extra shoulder stretch, interlace the hands behind you, drawing the hands overhead. You could also take a tripod headstand here, or you could play around with it. So that requires bending the knees pretty generously and drawing the crown of the head to the ground. Your hands are the base of the triangle, your head's the top of the triangle. And then from there, you start to bring one knee onto the back of the upper arm, and then the other. Eventually, knees come into the chest, and you can lift the legs. Might not be there today, but just play around with maybe getting one foot off the ground if you want to play with that today. Otherwise, taking your forward fold, take about 5 more breaths wherever you are. Feel free to sway side to side. Maybe you want to take a twist. Again, just listening to what your body wants here. Nice, y'all. And then our next inhale is going to guide us halfway up. We're going to turn the left toes back to the front of the mat, spinning around so that our hands point either side of the left foot. Lower the back knee down and straighten the front leg for half splits pose. So draw the left hip in line with the right. Try to keep the hips as squared as possible. And if you want, slide the left foot out. Wherever you are, inhale, lengthen the spine. Exhale, fold, chin towards the shin. Softening where you can soften. Breathe into the spaces where it feels like there's just this resistance that doesn't want to let go. Keep drawing the left toes back towards you. Let the breath guide the mind into the body. And then we're going to bend back into the front knee. Tuck in the back toes, lift the back knee, plant the right hand under the right shoulder, sweep the left arm up, twist, easing up. You can always lower the back knee if you need to. And then the left hand's gonna plant down. On the outside of the left foot, we're gonna step the right foot forward a few inches. So we're setting up for pyramid pose. Our feet are on separate train tracks here. Hips are squared. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, fold. Option to take your hands back, fingers facing the back of the mat. Option to grab the right thigh. Keep drawing the chin closer to the shin. Option to lift the left toes off the ground, whatever you did on the other side. Find your breath. And then we're going to come halfway up, letting the left hand come to the left hip and pull the left hip back as we plant the right hand outside the left foot for a revolved triangle. Left arm sweeps up. Gaze up over the left shoulder. Finding that twist, lengthen the spine for 3, 2, 1. Lower the hand back down. And then we're going to bend into the front knee, hands plant in front of us as we start to bring the weight into the left foot to bring the right foot up into standing splits. Chin towards the shin, lift from the inner right thigh, right toes face down. Option is grab the standing leg for an added challenge. See if you can work the chin a little closer to the shin. 2 more breaths. And then hands are going to plant, bending both knees now. Wait, first inhale, lengthen the spine, and then exhale, bending both knees, bring the right knee behind the left. Kundalini squat. Inhale, lift it up. Exhale, squat. This time we're coming into that seated twist. Inhale, lift. Exhale, right knee outside of the left foot. And the sit bones come down. So this time, I don't know if y'all have a scarf nearby, but you might not need one. This time we're going to take a little different version. Instead of a twist, we're going to take cow face pose. So the knees are going to stack here. And it might feel like this knee doesn't quite want to go on top of the other, and that's okay. You could always bring a blanket or a pillow between the legs here. So take the feet out, knees stack, bring the scarf into the right hand, left knee's on top of the right. Right hand comes behind you, or if you don't have a scarf, that's okay too. We're just gonna intend for the hands to meet. So right arm reaches up, left hand to the right elbow to guide the hand further down the back. Left hand comes around to grab the scarf if you have one. You could use a t-shirt as well, or anything where your hands can grab either end of it, or maybe your hands clasp. So inhale here to lengthen the spine, and then exhale, fold forward. Taking some deep breaths there into wherever you feel it. Couple more. And then our next inhale is going to guide us up, undo our arms. We're going to plant the left foot on the outside of the right thigh, and here we go with that crazy transition. Hands come to the right, and we walk all the way around. So we're coming into the same pose on the other side. Draw the right knee on top of the left. Gomukhasana is the name of this cow face pose. I don't know why, it doesn't look like a cow to me, but whatever. We'll go with it. Scarf in the left hand if you have it. Right hand comes to the left elbow to draw the hand further down the back, and then comes around to grab the scarf or the hand. Working the hands closer towards each other. Inhale, lengthen the spine, and exhale, fold. Where can you soften? Might be your jaw, might be your neck, might be your face, or even maybe your mind is going crazy right now. Breathe, soften, let go. And then next inhale is going to guide us up. Undo your arms, undo your legs. And take the legs wide and straddle pose. So bring one hand in front of you, one hand behind you. Press into the hands to lift the pelvis up and scoot it forward, deepening that straddle. Toes face the sky, knees face the sky. Inhale, lengthen. You can stay right here if this feels like enough of a stretch, or you can start to walk your hands forward. Maybe coming onto your elbows if that feels good. Maybe eventually you come onto your belly. You want the toes facing the sky, so a tendency here is for the toes to kind of fall in. Keep the toes lifting towards the sky, lifting back towards you as well, knees facing up as well. Find your breath. Where can you soften? Where can you let go? Shoulders, neck, jaw. A few more deep breaths here. And then our next inhale is going to guide us back up. Bring the legs back in front of us. Bend the knees, plant the feet, hips width distance. Reach the arms out. Crown of the head reaches up, spine is long. We draw the belly in as we slowly lower. Going halfway down. And then coming back up. Inhaling, coming halfway down. Exhaling, come back up. Take as many of these as you want. Eventually we'll all meet on our back, so when you do decide to finally lower all the way down, again, use the core to go as slow as you can. All the way onto your back. Feet walk in closer to the sit bones here, preparing for bridge pose. Press into the back of the head, press into the feet, and lift the pelvis. Release your glute muscles, release your bum as you lift the pelvis high. Walk the shoulder blades together, interlace the hands if that's available. If not, hands can just be down either side of the hips here, and wherever our hands are, we're pressing them into the ground. Press the knees towards the front of the mat and press the chest towards the chin. Breathe. Press the back of the head into the mat. Lift a little higher, pressing the hips up but releasing the glutes. Use the legs to lift. And then unclasp the hands. Gently lower the pelvis down. Windshield wiper the knees side to side. And then maybe you want to take that same back bend we did, bridge pose. Feel free to move into that one again, or for full wheel, hands are going to plant either side of the head. Fingers are turned slightly out. The elbows are right over the wrist here. From here, we lift up the crown of the head and draw the shoulder blades together, and then press up, pulling the chest forward, the knees in the opposite direction. Head hangs. We breathe 360 degrees into the chest. We want to make sure our knees are not splitting out. They're in line with the ankles and the hips for either back bend there. We're releasing our glutes wherever we are. We're breathing, relaxing our jaw. 5 more breaths. Lift a little higher. And to come out of wheel, we tuck the chin in, bringing the back of the head to the mat. We'll all lower our pelvis down. We'll draw our knees into our chest. Take a little rock side to side. And then we're gonna rock along the length of the spine, coming up to seated. From here, you can take half lotus or full lotus or easy cross. So we want the right foot to fold first into the left hip crease, and then the left hip comes to the right hip crease for full lotus. For half lotus, just let that left foot come under the right thigh. For easy cross, your choice here, just drawing that that Sukhasana pose into your posture here. We're going to take alternative nostril breathing here. So bring your left hand to your right elbow, and then bending your right hand, we're going to take the peace fingers. We're going to draw the thumb and the other two fingers together. We're going to take the peace fingers and place them at the third eye. So I might come a little bit closer so you can see. And then we're going to be plugging the nostrils with the thumb and then the other two fingers here. So you can kind of play with that. Spine is nice and long. We're going to inhale fully. We're going to plug the right nostril and exhale through the left. Inhale through the left. And then plug the left, exhale through the right. Inhale through the right. Plug the right, exhale through the left. Inhale left. Exhale right. Inhale right. Exhale left. Inhale left. Exhale right. So continue like this for several breaths. Do it for a minute. Invite you to try to lengthen out your inhale so that it matches the length of your exhale. So if you're exhaling for 4, inhale for 4. And 30 more seconds. Deepen the breath. The next time that you inhale through the right, you can release. And the hands come to the lap, close the eyes. And then you have a minute or so to move through any last bit of movement you want to take here. So feel free to, again, listen to what your body needs. Maybe you're ready to relax. You can stretch into Shavasana and take an extra long relaxation. I always like to give this time for people to kind of move through any last bit of movement they need. So maybe it's not even a yoga pose that you know of. Maybe it's just something else, a twist that you are making up. But you could also take shoulder stand, head stand, pigeon pose, happy baby. You could take a supine twist. I like to take legs up the wall. During this time, it's really good to release stress and anxiety. So your choice here. Just remember, if you're doing something on one side, you want to try to count the number of breaths and balance out on the other side, same number of breaths. And wherever you are, can you let the breath deepen so it can physically guide you deeper into the pose. and it can mentally guide you deeper into the moment. We'll take the next 15 breaths or so to start to round out any movement, making your way eventually into that final relaxation. In your final relaxation, whatever position that is for you, just be floppy and relaxed. Allow everything to just kind of let go here. Physically releasing any tension wherever you might notice it. You can scan the body with the mind's eye and just notice, where am I holding tension, and let it go. And mentally also releasing any tension. Take in some deep breaths. And maybe you want to do that same thing where you match the length of the inhale with the exhale. Really allowing the mind to still, the body to calm. We'll be in the harmonium the last few moments here. If you like to sing, if that helps you feel calm, you can sing along. The words are Om Shanti Om. Begin to deepen your breath. Big inhales. Letting the mind come to rest on the breath. Once again, returning to this beautiful miracle that is your body, vessel for that divine soul that is you. Begin to wiggle fingers and toes. Maybe circle your ankles, your wrists. And stretch in any way that feels good to you. Remember, and you can always stay in Shavasana if you have the time and you want a little more stillness. Eventually, roll to one side, pausing in fetal position, allowing your lower arm to be a pillow for your head. Just notice how you feel, recognizing the beauty, the symbolism of this position, new beginning. So, what do you want to move away from? What do you want to move towards for the rest of your day or week or time ahead? And then gently guide yourself up to a comfortable seat. Try to keep your eyes closed or a soft gaze as you arrive. And as you do, just remember whatever your intention was at the beginning of class. And then we're going to sweep the arms up. Sending our intentions out one more time. The palms meet overhead. Big breath in. Exhaling into the heart. Inhale deep in through the nose. Open mouth, let it go. And we'll seal the practice with one Om. Feel free to chant or just listen. Inhale to chant. Thank you so much for being here and sharing your practice with me today. As always, please feel free to give me any feedback you may have, and let me know if you have any class times or suggestions, anything you'd like to see. Thank you so much for coming today.